Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased price action analysis. Holy moly donut shop, guys. Look at what we have here. Look at what we have here, guys. Before I get to the charts, Apple had earnings. Earnings were good. According to VIX.COIN, earnings were good. Amazon had earnings. Earnings were good. What's Amazon doing? Amazon is going to the sky. While Apple, holy moly, you guys, we gotta take the lesson from this. And the lesson is that anything can happen. Anything can happen. No matter what the results of the earnings are. Anything can happen. Price action is the shepherd. Why? I mean, look at it. I mean, if you follow the price action, we got that breakdown of the trend line yesterday. Anything could have happened. But right now, earnings is serving as a catalyst to drop more and show follow through from that breakdown of the 2023 trend line. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Anyways, we're going to talk more about Apple and Amazon later. Let's start off with the SPY. I had a pretty tricky day trading intraday today. My core trade setups are the false breakouts and the false breakdown setups. I play it level to level. I don't go for home runs. If I do go for a home run, it'll be with runners, where I play level to level, secure most profits, 75 to 90% of my position, take it off the table at my first target, okay? And then I leave a runner in case we go for a home run with my stop loss at either break even or slightly in profit. With options, if you're trading options doing this style, it's a little more work, okay? With shares, it's so much more simpler. But with options, you still got to be a little tactical with it. But it comes with the game when you choose to trade options. You can always trade shares, which is simpler and easier. Not saying it's simple and easy, but it's simpler and easier. But you know how option is. So yeah, we had a breakout at the start of the day of my 448.5 level, then a false breakdown setup. I played the false breakdown setup. It did not hit my 447 level. I tried to wait it out. Obviously, it bounced. And I ended up, a little red on the first play. Not too bad of a red because I ended up cutting loss. And like a sheep, I switched position, played the false breakdown setup. One setup doesn't work, I catch the next setup. I treat these setups like they're buses. One doesn't work or I miss one, we catch the next one. We don't bag hold. We do not bag hold. Please do not bag hold. We got to stop with the bag holding. Anyways, recaptured 448.5 and gave us a nice level to level move at 450. You guys can see it went a little higher than 450, but I got out right at 450. Not quite at 450 to be frank, a little lower than 450, but I wasn't trying to be perfect. I just wanted to secure the bag and get out the red. So 1 for 2 as far as SPY. I did go with AMD. We're going to talk about that later. And NVDA. But overall for the SPY, 1 for 2, and then I didn't trade this mess. Did not trade this mess. Now, we got to go to the daily chart, look at the bigger picture. Uncle sounded bearish yesterday, and keep in mind, I was only bearish because the price action was bearish. We broke down some critical support levels, as you guys can see from this candle. Today, it was a back testing type of day. Didn't get followed through to the downside, but it doesn't mean it's not bearish because look at that 20 daily moving average. I was watching to see if it would backtest my Fibonacci line level all day at 451.7. Didn't quite make it because the 20 daily moving average, the 20 DMA, said not today, bulls. You guys can see that nice long wick. And now with Apple earnings coming out, look at Apple. And now with Apple earnings out, what will be the next move? I mean, overall, the last couple of days of price action has been bearish. Will the week end bearish tomorrow? Okay, and that's what we are going to talk about today, the levels, the setups that we need to see for there to be more downside, and the levels, the setups that we need to see if we're going to bounce back to the upside. Okay, we're doing this not to predict. The plan is to know the levels, know the setups beforehand so that we can react to the price action in real time. Okay, so overall, the breakdown of yesterday still hold, and today the breakdown of the 20 daily moving average so far confirmed to be legit based on the selling pressure that we got. Follow through for tomorrow would be a breakdown of 448.5. That's a fib level. Please put it down in your chart. 447, 445.5. That's where around where the gap starts to open. 444 would be the back test of this June highs, back test. That's what I'm favoring, a back test. And if that doesn't hold, we can go fill the gap around 442.5-ish. Okay, those are my downside targets. And if you want more levels, 441 and 439 and 437.5 are below that. Please add these levels on your charts. They are based on fib levels, moving averages, and previous sell zones that could potentially turn into a buy zone, but we'll see if we test it. We got to get that breakdown of 448.5. All right? Slowly but surely, the bears are building strength right now. Now, this is a sheep channel. We got to cover both scenario. Okay? We're not just going to cover one. Got to cover both because we want to be prepared. That's the point, is to be prepared. And as always, we trust no bounce on Uncle Charles' channel. We trust no bounce unless that bounce can secure some resistant levels, can break out some resistant levels, starting obviously with that 20 daily moving average, which is currently around 450.9. I do have a resistant level at 450 as well, fib level if you want to reference that. But definitely watch that 20 daily moving average. I don't always talk about these moving average, but if the market is telling me to pay attention to it like it is now, you bet your darn last 2 cents that I will. So yeah, 450.9. It could change tomorrow. That's the thing about these moving averages. They're constantly changing with all the math that's been going on. So definitely watch it tomorrow. It could change. Right now it's at 450.9. It could change. If we recapture the 20 daily moving average, that could be a false breakdown setup. I would definitely look to long with 451.7 obviously in play, and above that 453.5, 455, 456.5, and probably back up to 458 and 460. Those would be my upside targets. Okay? So the levels, overall levels still the same, just a little different with the context. All right? You see that 20. Below it, bearish. Above it, bullish. Guys, say it with me. Say it with me. 20 daily moving average. Below it, bearish. Above it, bullish. Did you guys say it with me? If you guys say it with me, I just want to say that means a lot. I really appreciate it. Anyways, I hope you guys got my plan for SPY, and you know, good luck tomorrow. Hope you guys can end the week strong. Triple Q here. We didn't get the breakdown of this triangle here. Didn't get the breakdown. We needed below 372.8. It did gap down overnight and open below it, getting the bears excited. But look at that, it just bounced to my 374 level. It did reject it for my 375.6 level. That's a macro level, fib level. Couldn't clear it though. Selling pressure. So for me, I can't get bullish unless 375.6 is recaptured. Above it, bullish with 377, 379, 380.5, and the top of this triangle pattern around 383-ish in play. All right? Got to get back above 375.6 for me to trust this bounce. Other than that, 372.8 is still support, and if that breaks down, look to short, it's going to get real bearish, like rug pull style, with 369.5, 367, and 365 in play. All right, guys, Dow Jones, we broke down 353 yesterday. Today, it tested it as a resistance. Back testing type of day, similar to the SPY. As long as below 353, we're bearish. 351, 349, and would be the next levels to watch if they break down very bearish, especially below 349 based on this orange trend line that I got. Bearish, bears take control below with 346.5, 344, and 342.5 in play, okay? Only bullish if 353 recaptures, look to long above that with 355.7 and potentially 358 above. IWM, a little choppy here, but it did close lower than yesterday, so that is a little bearish. Overall, though, we lost that 195 level. We recapture 195. That's a false breakdown setup with 196.5 and 198.4 in play with 200 and 202 above. Okay, that's the bull case. Bear case, gotta stay below 195. Break down 193.8, 192.7 to put 191.4, 189, and 187 in play. That'll be a decent move to the downside. Tesla. What are you doing, Tesla? Well, it bounced. It recaptured. It opened below my 254.5 level. I wrote in the Discord, guys, long when we recaptured some levels. And, well, it recaptured 254.5. And it was able to go as high as 260.5. All right. And it did close above my 259 level. So, if it can stay above 259 tomorrow, 263 is in play. With 266 and 269 above that. Above 269, I'll be a lot more bullish with 273 and 277-ish in play, all right? If we break back below 259 and especially break back below 254.5, that'll be very bearish, guys, with 249 and lower in play. Oh, look at this. Apple. We waited all year for you to do this. And we hope you don't stop. Now, hey, before you guys accuse Uncle Charles for being bearish. Oh, Uncle, you fake sheep. You lied to us. Listen. It's in my name. Chartist. I just want to chart some healthy looking charts, guys. I want to see cool stuff happen. I want you guys to make a lot of money when this cool stuff happen. But I want to see cool stuff happen. Okay? I want to see some good old-fashioned price action textbook stuff. We broke down this trend line. We waited all year. We finally broke it down yesterday. And right now, we are being blessed. I don't know if it'll hold, but I hope it does. Just stay prepared, guys. Now, let's get a little unbiased here. I have support right now at 188. If that breaks down, guys, well, 188.5. If that breaks down, guys, 187, 185, 182.5, have a ball. Have a ball. If you're a bear, have a ball. But it got to break down 188.5, all right? At all costs, it cannot get back above this pink trend line. Pink trend line is at 195. At all costs, bears must defend 195. Because if we get back above 195, holy moly, this pullback will be like a slingshot that's going to send Apple up to a new all-time high. Now, as a sheep, I am open to both scenario. But as of right now, what I will say is looking bearish. We need to break down more support levels. 188.5. Don't fight the price action. 187, 185. Holy moly. Holy moly. Please keep being great, Apple. Keep being great. All right, guys, let's trade this unbiasedly. Whatever happens, up or down, whatever happens. You got my levels. You got my plan. Woo! NVDA, we had a beautiful trade setup for NVDA. I always got to show off NVDA. Guys, this is for tier 2 members or above. I had a couple trade setups at NVDA. Resistance is at 439 and 441 as long as below sell-off continues with lower targets in play. Okay, remember, we're looking to react. Long only when resistance levels clear, starting with 439, 441, and 443. So if you miss one level, you catch the next one. And look at that. It went as high as 451. Holy moly. If you followed this trade setup, guys, are you happy? Get a coffee. Go get a coffee and make sure it has all the stuff you want. Extra sugar, the cream, and all that. Be happy, guys. Holy moly. Anyways, let's talk about the next plan. 449 is resistant. You guys see, we tested 449 and we're basing just below it. 449 clears tomorrow, guys. Look to long with 451, 454, actually 455. We'll round it up to 455, 457.5, and 449.5. Excuse me, 459.5 will be in play. bottom line, you want to look to long above 449. Now support is at 445.7 and 443.7. All right, those levels fail. Or actually 443. Okay, I'll look to short below 443 with 440, 436.5, 434, and 431.6 in play. You guys got my levels and setup. Please add it to your charts. I want to hear some good news. Microsoft. Well, this is the day chart. Let me look at the 4-hour. Okay, so after hours overall choppy. Still, this breakdown of the trend line, it's still, didn't recapture, so it's not bullish. For tomorrow, 325 breakdown, guys. If it break down, look to short, okay? The white trend line is at 336.6. That's the level Bulls got to recapture. There is resistance at 330. 330. Let me see. 330. 333.5 to the 334 zone. And then that 336 level, okay? Above 336 when I would be bullish on Microsoft again, okay? But overall, if we can break down 325, that's when I will look to short. What are my targets? Level to level style. Below 325, I got 323, 321, and possibly down. Ooh, this one all the way down to 315.5. This is a sell zone around 319 as well. Okay, add these levels to your charts. Amazon. Holy moly, we couldn't get the breakdown of that 127 level. This recapture of 130 came after earnings, so I don't, if you're trading options, you probably couldn't catch it unless you was already positioned. Maybe you entered as a support and you just felt like gambling. Not my style. If this holds out, resistant of this, broadening, what's this, megaphone, whatever. 140 is resistance. So if Amazon clears 140 tomorrow, that will be bullish. We could see higher targets. I need to chart the higher levels. Well, there is a pivot high here at 146.5. It's a pivot high here. A sell zone around 140.5. And okay, it's what is that? This is a sell zone right here. Around 142. All right, so if we break out 140, that's bullish. All right, as of right now, there is support at 136.6. If that fails, 134.3, 131.5, and 130 would be back in play. Okay, I had to chart a little bit for that one. That's what happens when you're not prepared. But it's all right. You guys got to see how I do it, a little bit of it. Now, Google here, a couple of closes below that 129.5 support level. Broke it down yesterday, resistant level. Broke it down yesterday, and then today treated it as resistant. Overall, bearish. So if 127.8 fails tomorrow, I got 126.6, 124, and then there's the gap fill at 122.7. All right, so overall bearish below 129.5. But if that recaptures, that's when I would look to long. Look to react, okay? Above 129.5 and 130, that's when we want to look to long with 132.8 and 134.8 in play, okay? Meta, bouncing off a fib level here. Fib level's at 309. I need to see the breakdown of 309 to be bearish. Then we can go fill that gap around 300. As of right now, as long as above 309, there's resistance at 316. If that clears 318, 321, and possibly up to 325-ish back in play. Netflix could not break down at 426.5 fib level. All right. It didn't close above 432.5 fib level either. Well, 432, excuse me. So for tomorrow, I need to break above 432 and 437.5. It did broke above it today, but didn't close above it. Needs to close above it to be bullish. Put in 445 in play. 448, and there's a gap around 450-ish. All right. Overall, the bear case can happen if 426.5 break down. I would definitely look to short that. Could get low to 420, 415.3. I think we will get lower than 415.3, maybe down to 411 or something like that. Okay. Use the levels to guide you. AMD, beautiful AMD. Been making bank on AMD. The last couple of days I've been putting in the trade idea. You know, I see a setup, try to call it out before the move happens, and we just gotta react. Yeah, resistance at 109.5. Overall, bears below. The signal to go short right here, loss of 107 would be good follow through for the bears, and we put lower targets in play, okay? And then I put here, I will trust the bounce if 109.5 and 111 recaptures to put higher targets in play. AMD, it just cleared at 109.5 and it bounced all the way up to my 115 level. Level to level style. We're just looking to react. So as of right now, it didn't quite close above 113. So tomorrow it needs to clear 113, 115. If it does, look to long with 117, 118.5, and 120 in play. Above 120, I would be bull bias with 123 in play. Now, if we break back below 111 and 109.5, I would be bearish with 107 and 105 in play and possibly lower. If you want more levels from Uncle Charters, please consider joining the Discord. VIX. Overall, you know, it closed relatively around the same area it closed yesterday. But, you know, it sold intraday, so you see that red candle. Didn't really break down any support levels, though. So at 15.5, needs to gap below it or break it down. That will be bearish to put 14, 13.3, and 12.6 back in play. Still needs to get above 17 to put 18.5 and 20 in play, all right? Here is coin. Someone asked me to do coin. Okay. What we got here for coin? It did report earnings. They did pretty good with earnings according to TradingView. Support, critical support was at 87.6, okay? Bears take control below 87.6. Add that level to your chart. It's around 93 right now in the after hours. What do I got? Resistant. Resistant is at 93. Okay. Yeah, resistance at 93. It's at 92.9. Resistance at 93. If we get above 93, we got 95.3. And then the fib level at 97.5. Please add these levels to your charts. Above, you know, we cleared it, especially 97.5. That'll be bullish in my opinion. All right. If that clears 100, 103.3, what we got here? 107 and 108.2 are resistant levels. Like I said, below 87.6, I will be bear bias. 84.5, 83.4, 81.3, and 78.8 would be the downside targets. All right, guys. Let me see. Option flow. Dark pool orders. 1.8 billion at that 450 level, guys. Got any more? All right, at that 450 level. What's that 450 level? Where does SPY close again? Yeah, around there. We'll see what happens. Around that 450 level. Above it, bullish. Below it, bearish. Okay, let's keep it simple. Simplify. SPY. Filter for 500K premiums or above. Bearish. Bearish. Triple Q is bearish. Dow Jones. No one trading or care about industrials. IWM. Bearish. Tesla. Bullish. Apple. Bearish. Oh, Apple's bearish. Ooh, I'm so excited. NVDA. Bearish. Microsoft. Bearish. Wait, NVDA was bearish? Let me relook at that. Holy crap, it's bearish. All right, Amazon. Bullish. Yeah, they got it. GOOG. Nothing. GOOG. Bearish. Meta. Nothing. Really? Nothing? AMD. Nothing for AMD. VIX.COIN. All right, guys. Uncle Charters covered 14 different equities for us. Please hit that like button. Please. And if you didn't already, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So it'll mean a lot. Peace, guys. Peace.